We live.
That's your girl?
Yeah. She's checking in.
Okay, perfect.
Shout out, Addie. Thank you.
Good.
Okay, great. Awesome. Okay, well, welcome to the pilot episode of Fourth and Inches. It's the objectively correct football show.
Of course.
On Spirit Live.
Yes, sir.
I'm one of your hosts, Sam, and I'm here with Phil and Kit. Gentlemen, introduce yourself.
I'm Phil. I'm probably the most emotional on this podcast. Go Bills, baby, of course.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my insights. They might be right, they might be wrong, but I'm going to overreact just a little bit. But I'll be here for a good time.
That's what I'm talking about. And Kit, what about yourself?
My name's Kit Corsini. On this show, I probably have the best takes of all time. I've been told I'm a combination of Fergie and Jesus. And go Ravens, baby.
Yeah, and I'm Sam. I'm a big Giants fan. Third generation fan. Did you guys know that?
Third?
Yeah, I was
special.
I was born. I had no choice.
Me too.
Yeah.
Brainwashed.
Yeah. No. My
had a
grandfather,
choice.
grew up in New Brunswick, and on TV, all the games they got, it was only Giants games. So he's like, okay, I guess it's our team. And then my dad, born, that's our team, Giants fan. And then I was raised a Giants fan. But when I was like 8 or 9, I was actually a Cowboys fan.
Ooh.
Yeah. Don't tell
kinda
anybody that.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I just like Tony Romo.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah. And then my dad, he converted me, so I had to become a Giants fan.
That's always helpful.
But now I live, eat, breathe, sleep Giants.
I feel
if
that.
you know me. So yeah. All right. Well, I mean, let's get these stingers going. I want to see how these sound live on air. I don't know if the phone is set up, so
This is our test episode.
this is really
This
our
is
test
all the messes
episode.
are going to happen.
Yeah. Okay. Stand by. We said it's the CR Mini. Okay, let's see if this works.
Do. Bow. Do you guys
Wait,
hear it?
there's no voiceover.
Oh,
Oh
it's
no,
not playing?
I don't hear it.
I don't know.
If one of you guys can hear
Oh,
it,
no,
though,
it-
that's good.
Mm-mm.
What's that?
Can you hear it?
I can hear it, yeah, but I thought I put voiceover on it. Oh man, whatever.
Oh, maybe that's the wrong one.
It might have been.
Oh, well.
Because the one in
Who
the drive.
cares?
Pilot episode.
That was
Who
the one from the
cares?
drive.
Everyone knows who we are.
Yeah, come on. Okay, you guys get this going. I'm gonna adjust our cameras a little bit. All right, fellers.
And we can start right into it. I mean, we can start with the last week. I think we got to go right into the Thursday night game, the snooze fest of the
Oh
Colts and
my
Broncos.
God, that game was awful.
That was terrible.
That game was horrible.
I couldn't watch it. I gave up. I just couldn't. I turned it on for a little bit, was going back and forth. I think I fell asleep in the entire fourth quarter, and I woke up in overtime, and Russell Wilson again didn't show up.
No, overtime wasn't anything special.
I heard that
It
either.
was terrible.
Yeah.
It was awful.
That's
Kid,
right.
did you watch that game?
Yeah, it was the Broncos versus Colts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that game sucked.
Yeah.
That game was horrible.
It's great.
The Broncos, first of all, have had way too many primetime games, and I think they have one later this week.
They have the Monday Nighter this week.
Yeah.
They do,
Against the
eh?
Chargers.
Yeah.
I think Chargers are going to kill him.
I think so too.
will.
That game tonight is going to be
I don't.
oh my God.
It's either going to be the
This is
highest
the
scoring.
worst primetime game.
It's either going to be extremely high scoring or there's going to be no score at all. It's going to be one or the other. But I don't think either offense can get it going. So I don't know.
No. I mean, Carson Wentz, he's top 5 in passing yards. So
Garbage time.
yeah.
Garbage time yards.
Oh man. Poor Justin Fields too. I thought he was actually going to be good at some point.
I don't know. That draft class looking kind of weird.
I can't defend him anymore.
No.
I love the guy, Ohio State prospect, and guy just absolutely sucks. I think Cooper Kupp has more. What was it? Cooper Kupp has more touchdowns than Justin Fields has thrown.
I think I saw that.
touchdowns.
I think
Something
I
along
saw that
those
stat. I know what you're
lines.
talking about. Yeah, it's just not looking good for Fields in Chicago, and everyone was blaming Matt Nagy. And
Yeah, I
I
thought
don't know.
Chicago's gonna be good this year too.
I thought so too.
I had them higher than what they were now because their defense was still. Well, it looked good last year, but even this year, it's not as, dominant as it was last year.
No, and I feel like Roquan Smith isn't playing with much heart. You know,
doesn't
he
care.
wanted
He's
out.
good though.
He is good,
He's
yeah.
super good.
But he was like, "Get me out of here."
Well, as much as your team is doing on defense, if your offense doesn't put up anything, why would he try as hard as or not even that, but he knows that it's not going to be worth it in the end. So I mean, as much as he's pushing a win, it's hard to do that when your offense can't do literally anything on the field.
Yeah, and when Daniel Jones has 2 rushing touchdowns against you, it's going to be tough to win some games. All right. Well, what other storylines are there? I got my notes here, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Can we talk about the roughing the passer
Oh my
calls?
God, please!
Horrible.
It's ridiculous.
What do you think was worse?
I think the call on Chris Jones.
Okay, I agree with you. The Derek Carr one was significantly worse. I don't know what is he supposed to do?
No.
Just like stop.
No, and the ref said it's because he put all of his weight on him.
Yeah, but he didn't. I mean, I understand why, but what is Chris Jones supposed to do in that way? Like, stop, lay him down softly? No, dude. He's a football player. He's going to tackle Derek Carr, who has the football in the pocket.
Yeah.
He didn't slam him down.
He took the football out.
I know, it was even a
took
forced
the
fumble.
football
That's what
out.
makes no sense to me. Like, the one against Tua, the one that sent Tua off the field, the one where that one looked like a slam. I can see why that one could have been a roughing the passer, but no flag was called. The one on Brady was bad, and that kind of started going. I was so surprised that the second one on Derek Carr was called because how bad the Brady one was the night before.
Yeah. I don't know. On Brady, he's Brady, so he's gonna get a few of those calls. So I kind of.
But Brady's lived through like the changing of roughing the passer.
It's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
He was
When he
playing
first
football when it was
started-
black and
Oh,
white.
yeah.
Literally. No, but like he was getting hit super hard, and now like he's the golden boy, so obviously got to like protect him. But
Yeah.
the league's definitely a lot safer.
Yeah, even
No.
I think Joe Burrow went on a podcast earlier this year, and he said you got to be. I mean, the guys like Brady and Rodgers are going to get protected more, and no one really knew what he was talking about. Now it's kind of coming to fruition, seeing that those guys, the vets in the league, are going to be kind of favored in that way.
Yeah.
Does Rodgers feel pain though?
I don't
He's
think
on
so.
perks when he plays.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The guy's numb.
He's beaming off of mushrooms every game. I think he's fine.
He also looks way older than he actually is.
He looks bad this year too. He just can't get anything going.
Yeah, I did not expect Green Bay to not be like a top dog. They're like a huge step back, I find. I guess Devontae Adams really did play a bigger role than we thought.
Yeah.
Speaking of Devontae,
Yeah, I was just gonna say. Speaking, so the cameraman that he pushed, I think he filed a
I
lawsuit.
have
or
it right here. So Devontae Adams was charged with a misdemeanor assault for a Monday Night Football shove.
That's crazy.
That's a money grab.
He's gonna get the bag.
Yeah.
I would do the same thing. I'd say I wouldn't be able to walk for a week at least.
But is the cameraman in a wrong at all?
No, I don't think so.
Like,
Okay,
usually it's up to like the staff and security to make sure the alleyways are clear for the tunnel.
I've seen that point, and I understand why. Like, realistically, where is he going? Like, I understand he's not filming anything. He's kind of just walking directly across Devontae Adams. I don't think the cameraman had any intention to obviously walk in front of him. But Devontae
Yeah.
did kind of shove him in a way that he shouldn't have. I mean, if he just hit him and tripped, that's a different story. Devontae kind of throws his whole arms forward, and he basically is like, "Get out of my way, dude."
Yeah, I don't know. I think the cameraman so Devontae was walking alone. So
Yeah.
I think the rest of the team was like on the field like saying their good game to the other guys. So I feel like the cameraman had every right to he was going to get himself set up. I think Devontae just happened to be leaving early. So I know they have to clear, security's got to clear the way. But I think that the cameraman was. I don't think he was late to getting to where he had to be. Devontae was just early to leave the field.
I think there's like one takeaway that we can have from the Devontae Adams situation is put this guy on both sides of the ball. The defense he showed, that guy just pushed them, stiff-armed him, fell both sides. The Raiders' defense isn't particularly amazing. 130 points so far, which is the 5th worst in the league. And that showed tenacity and passion for the sport.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Have Max Crosby on one side of the defensive line, have Devontae
There
Adams
was no
on the other.
flag,
That's dangerous.
by the way.
There was no flag.
No
yeah.
flag.
That's true.
No,
Classic.
Do you guys think? Do you guys think the Eagles are for real?
no.
No, eh?
I hate the
Low
Eagles.
key.
I hate the Eagles too.
I mean, I'm from the AFC, so I think I have a different bias than you. I mean, you're in the same division, so that's like me saying I hate the Patriots or I hate the Dolphins,
Fair
right?
enough, yeah.
I'm not gonna say I hate the Jets because they're getting there, but they're not that good yet where I
Yeah.
can say I hate them. The Eagles haven't played anyone real. Like, seriously, from the NFC, I am not scared of a single team as this moment. There is no one in the NFC that scares me. The Eagles have the easiest schedule, and they don't really play anyone that good. The Eagles, to me, this year are the Arizona Cardinals of last year. They won, 8-0 before they lost?
Yeah.
And not a single team was really, that scared of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when you look at who the Eagles have played, it's been the Lions. They barely beat the Lions.
Yeah,
it was
with-
38-35
Yeah.
week 1. Then they beat the Vikings. That's the Vikings' one loss this year was against the Eagles.
I mean, no defense to the Eagles there, but I mean, it was primetime Kirk Cousins.
yeah, that's true. He's cursed. So is primetime Daniel Jones,
Yeah.
though, man. He's 0-8.
Yeah.
Eagles are, I think they're legit though.
Really?
They're not what have they shown to make them not legit? They're winning games. Jalen Hurts is rushing in touchdowns. He's throwing touchdowns. Devontae Smith is making insane catches. AJ Brown's elite. Their
Yeah.
O-line's really
Sorry,
good.
I'm not saying
and
they're
their
a-
defense is really good.
I'm not saying they're a bad team. I just don't think they're as good as everyone's saying that they are. Like, I think they're going to get to the playoffs for sure. They very might be the number 1 seed in the NFC, and I think they're going to get the bye, and I think they're going to lose in the divisional round. I see them as the upset this year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They-
they'll have
because the playoffs are a whole
postseason
different
struggles.
breed. The play-
Yeah,
Yeah.
postseason struggles.
That's what I mean. Like, they're going to get up. I mean, they're going to be there eventually. It's just not this year. And then there's no one, like when you go against the Chiefs, you go against the Bills, you go against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. There's a whole different type of feeling in the playoffs. And Jalen Hurts hasn't done that in the playoffs yet. We haven't seen that yet. And I don't think we're going to see it this year. Yeah, it's going to be a close game in the playoffs, but I don't see him winning the chip this year as everyone's claiming they're the Super Bowl champions already in the second week of October.
Yeah, no, I don't. I see them making the playoffs, obviously, but I don't see them doing much past that. You know, last year was it divisional round or was it?
They didn't make the playoffs last year, did they?
I thought they lost to Tampa in the playoffs last year.
Were they
The
first
Eagles
round?
made the
Oh, they
playoffs.
were the
Yeah.
wild card first
Yeah.
round. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And they
Yeah.
weren't even projected to win like more than 4 games. So the fact that they made playoffs, they have a great front office. They get great players. They play tough. And Jalen Hurts, as someone who said last year, like, this guy can't throw, this guy sucks, like, why is he in the league? I mean, he's proven it all wrong this year. He's got a huge chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but what about the England game?
Oh,
London
I
calling.
could talk all day about the England game. I don't know, man. That I was like, it was what? It was 10-0. It was 10-3. It was 17-3 Packers like midway through the second quarter, and I was like, okay, these are the Giants I know. Like, I was telling like my dad, I was like, okay, game's over. We always text each other. He always texts me. He's like, I'm already so mad. It's like 10 minutes into the first quarter, but I don't know. It was in the third quarter when Daniel Jones led that massive like touchdown drive without Saquon in. Saquon he hurt his shoulder, and then the Giants. There's no Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney. I don't even know what's going on with Toney at this point.
Yeah.
Wan'Dale Robinson was out, you know, and then on defense, there's Leonard Williams is hurt. Adoree Jackson was out. Like, I don't know that was the. In terms of seeing the Giants wins like in the past, that was one of the most satisfying wins.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Even my dad was saying, he's like, that's one of the best wins I've ever seen them play, or has seen them, you know, best games I've ever seen them win. So I was happy with it, and that was Aaron Rodgers' overseas debut.
I mean, everyone all week was talking about he did some interview with a dog, and he's saying like he's gonna go for like 400 yards, killing the Giants. And I fell into that trap. I'm like, there's no way the Giants come out of this surviving. Like, I thought the Aaron Rodgers and the Packers were gonna march in there, and they did for the first half. And then they started to play not to lose, and that's been the story this year. Apparently, there's been so many comebacks where teams are playing not to lose and starting not to win.
Yeah.
They're specifically for this game. The Packers abandoned the run game. I mean, the first half, they were torching you guys on the run. You guys just couldn't stop the run, and then it just stopped.
Wink Martindale, man, the second half, he just adjusted.
Yeah.
And he's going to do the same thing against the Ravens this week. That's a huge revenge game for him. How do you think your Ravens are gonna do against, you know, Wink is coming for you guys.
We're going to destroy you guys. I don't think J.K. Dobbins will have a great game. If Gus Edwards is playing full strength, he's going to torch you guys. Lamar's going to expose the defense.
Nah.
No, but realistically, I think it'll be a close game. And I think the Giants will actually cover the spread, which is like +6.
The last I looked, it was like, I think it was like, it was 5.5, and then was 5.
Oh,
So the lines are moving.
Yeah, I know.
I think it'll be close though. Like I would still think Ravens win, but it won't be a blowout.
No, it's gonna be a one-star
No.
game regardless of whoever
yeah.
wins.
I'm not going to agree with you. I think
But I think
Ravens.
the Ravens also, their defense is going to play a lot better than they have shown.
The Ravens or the Giants?
The Ravens defense. I don't think the Giants defense is going to really do much.
No, I think the Giants team. Wink, like he knows the Ravens offense.
I mean, everyone thinks Lamar's figured out, yet the guy he's rushed in 5 touchdowns this year.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
throwing it. I mean, even look at last Sunday, the primetime game against the Bengals. Everyone's saying Lamar is a running back. Lamar's a running back. He overthrew a lot of wide receivers, and some people look at that as a negative thing, but that means he's been in the weight room. Guy's jacked. Guy's too strong to be a quarterback. That's what I want in my QB, and he can run. So,
Who's your number one receiver this week? Like Bateman's hurt.
Duvernay.
Yeah,
kinda
Duvernay. He
sick.
popped off week
But you have
one.
Mark Andrews. Like, we're not really worried.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. But I mean, as soon as you cover him, what you else are you gonna throw to really?
Duvernay,
Yeah.
Lamar, we'll run it in.
Duvernay's a return specialist. That's all he is.
I mean,
That's what I'll take.
okay.
How are your fantasy teams doing, boys, in your respective leagues?
This week, Gabriel Davis, and I had Damian Pierce and Justin Jefferson. So I got a little lucky here. Yeah. So I'm only 3-2 though. I mean, I'm currently tied for third in my league.
Okay.
I mean, well, technically fourth. The guy's a +4 differential on me, but I can happily say I'm third place right now. So I'm on the way up now.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It could be worse.
And plus, you got good players like Damian Pierce. He's gonna have a great season. I think he might win Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I got him late in the draft too. So I kind of got lucky.
Yeah, and then Davis, man. Davis and Josh Allen got something special.
Dude, I love him. I loved him since he was drafted. Ever since that game I saw last year in New England, and I was like begging him, just please throw to Davis, and he did finally. And that's when kind of the media started going. But he didn't pop off really. I mean, I knew it as a Bills fan, and Bills Mafia knew that Gabe Davis was a dog since he got drafted. But since that Kansas City game when he had the 4 touchdowns, and everyone started loving him.
That's when I discovered who he was.
That's kind of when he popped off, which is fair enough. And now everyone's like, oh, he's kind of the solid number 2, and he is behind Diggs. Like Gabe Davis would be, I think, a solid number 1 on most teams. Not right now, but maybe in the coming years when he kind of perfects his craft. But behind Diggs, when he doesn't have to have that thought in his mind of I'm the number 1, that stress, he can just do his thing as number 2 receiver. So I love that guy.
Yeah, that's that's
Sell
a good
high on
offense.
Gabe Davis for fantasy. Sell high. Had a crazy week last week.
Yeah, no. I have Davis. I have Saquon. I have Damian Pierce. I have Lamar. I have Cooper Kupp.
Like, how do you have these players?
Who did you
I'm
draft
literally
against?
confused. Is this a 4-man league? Like, you have like 5 people are gonna make the Pro Bowl.
No, dude. There's like 9. I think there's 9 of us in the league, maybe 10. I don't know. My first pick was Saquon. I'm
Fair.
always going to pick Saquon first. My second pick was Kupp. My third pick, at that point, I got Lamar. And then I picked Davis with my 4th pick. And I don't think I got Pierce till like late in the draft, too.
Pierce
I got him
fell
late.
for a lot of people.
Of course he did. He wasn't really anything special last year.
So we all have Pierce on our team.
Oh, we all did.
Oh,
then.
do we?
I think,
I
yeah.
got him
Oh,
for
that's
we
so
all did.
fun.
Look at us.
Yeah, I know. How's your fantasy team doing?
So I'm in 2 leagues. One's a 10-man and one's a 12-man.
Yeah.
And they're doing like complete polar opposites. I'm undefeated in one, going crazy. But I had a tough week because I beat my opponent by like 1.5 points this week. And if Devontae Adams if that catch didn't get ruled out, then I probably would have lost that week.
Did you lose any points after he shoved the cameraman?
No, I wish though. He should have got an extra 10. But I also have Kyle Pitts as a tight end in my league.
Oh, that's tough.
where
That's tough.
I'm 2-3 now, I think. But I was dead last for the longest time. I just get unlucky. Like, my players get hurt. I still believe Kyle Pitts for some reason. And then this week, T. Higgins and Darren Waller both got hurt during the game, so like they ended up getting 0 points.
Yeah.
It was Montgomery was back for the Bears, so Khalil Herbert saw no touches, which I hate. I don't know why he's handcuffed to David Montgomery. I think Montgomery sucks.
Yeah.
But I will say, for my 12-man league, like 4 of us were 1-3 going into week 5.
Are you one of those 4?
Yeah, I was at the bottom.
Oof.
But all of the bottom feeder teams like upset the favorites, which was kind of huge. City Boys up. But yeah, I mean, for the league where I'm dead last, it's going horrible. I'm debating between Matt Stafford or Geno Smith for QBs. Now I rode Geno Smith, like I'm riding him because they ain't right back.
Yeah.
But I had Dak, and Dak broke his thumb. So what am I supposed to do? I go for Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz had 2 great weeks, and then it's Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
So then I'm like Matt Stafford, but his shoulder sucks, and the Rams are horrible.
Yeah.
So then I rode Geno Smith. I was gonna go Zach Wilson, but Geno Smith. I mean, that's my dog.
I do have a QB predicament myself for this week. I either got Jalen Hurts against the Cowboys or Trevor Lawrence against the Colts. I'm leaning towards playing Trevor Lawrence.
Cowboys, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, no. I do Trevor Lawrence all day. But
Right.
I'm also saying that because I hate the Cowboys and the Eagles. So
I think the Cowboys defense is too good enough to where he won't get enough fantasy points. I think Trevor Lawrence will do just more than Hurts against the Colts. I mean,
think so.
The Jaguars defense is hit or miss. Like, they're either going to score 40 points in the game or they're going to score 6, and that's literally their entire team. But at that same time, Trevor Lawrence is going to turn the ball over 5 times, which will absolutely kill me if that happens in the week.
yeah.
QBs though just don't do well against Dallas's defense.
That's why I'm really leaning towards Lawrence.
Clearly,
here.
yeah. I think the Giants, their worst game of the season this year was against Dallas. I think Jones was pressured like 21 or 22 times. He still made something out of nothing a lot of the time, but no, their defense, I think their defense is...
That defense is
I would
scary.
go Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, I think I'm going to run Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, that's
But
what I
Trevor
would do.
Lawrence honestly just isn't like a good NFL quarterback either. Like,
Is or
he
is not?
doesn't- He's not.
No, he's a
He
young
doesn't
guy
show
though
any
too.
outstanding characteristics. He's a beast at Clemson, but like, I don't know.
You could put most decent quarterbacks in Clemson, like in the NFL that drafted from, well, that were previously drafted in Clemson with that offense and those fundamentals in Clemson, and they would look better than they were. Not trying to diss Trevor Lawrence here, but you put most guys that were in that same draft class, QBs at Clemson, and I guarantee you they'd be drafted higher because they were at Clemson in that system.
Yeah. Could you imagine Joe Burrow
Oh my God,
at Clemson?
I think it'd be even better than the LSU offense.
I don't know,
No
man. That
way,
LSU offense
what?
is so good.
I don't know.
Joe Burrow only had one good college year, which is like the coolest thing.
But the thing with Joe Burrow is he's proved that he can be good enough in the league.
Has he though?
I mean, you can't. I mean, as much as I
hate Joe Burrow.
As much as I let me
hate
word this
that guy.
properly. I don't think the Bengals deserve to go to the Super Bowl last year. They got hot at the right time,
Yeah.
and with a little bit of luck,
Yeah.
they got their way through. But Joe Burrow did more than enough for his team in those playoffs, where I can say, okay, he's cemented himself as a for sure starter there for like he's their franchise quarterback for the next while.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush outperformed him, bro. Cooper Rush is a dog. Make that guy the highest paid QB in the league.
What do you do if you're Dallas now though with Cooper Rush?
Huge statement game for
Yeah,
Dak.
no, I think it depends on this week. If Cooper Rush can like dethrone the Eagles, I think that says a lot. You know, Jerry Jones was saying maybe there would be a QB battle, and Mike McCarthy was, man, shut
Well, think about it though. When Tom Brady, I mean, I'm not trying to compare Rush to Tom Brady, but when Tom Brady
I mean,
came
it's
into the
pretty-
league,
it's a good comparison.
He Drew Bledsoe came out and Tom Brady went in. And everyone's like, "Who is this guy?" Like, as soon as
Yeah,
Bledsoe
that's
comes back.
true.
But Tom Brady kept winning, like Cooper Rush. And again, I'm not trying to say Cooper Rush is gonna be the next big thing, but if you're Dallas and Cooper Rush is either, let's say he beats Philly or even keeps it a close game, 1-score game, why are you putting Dak back in if Dak hasn't showed anything special, really that special in the last 2 years?
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I think it depends on this weekend. Cooper Rush is the next Tom Brady, though. You heard it here first.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Let's jump to a quick music break. First, we got a Kit. If you go on that computer, go to Google Chrome.
I'm going to Google Chrome.
Okay, go to Google Chrome, then go to YouTube, and then just throw on any song. Are we playing Poland?
New hottest jam, Lil Yachty, Poland. Stream it now. There's gonna be an ad guaranteed too.
Oh, 100%. Every time that I did a show last year, there was an ad like as soon as I pulled up any video.
YouTube Premium.
They should get.
Yeah.
Ad
And after the break, let's go to our way too early award winners.
Lovely.
I think we might have some very similar.
I think there's gonna be a couple
Oh yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, there's
Go
the
out with
ad.
friends. We'll help track your
What are you
spending.
playing? Are you playing Poland, eh?
Be smart with your
That's so
money
funny.
and get the constant
I actually haven't
scoop
heard the
with
full
CIBC
song. I've
Insights.
just heard
It's a
CIBC
chorus.
the
Smart
TikTok
Everyday
singers.
Banking.
Yeah, it's pretty much it.
It's like a minute 30 song or something like that.
Holy moly. I didn't realize how short that song
It's
was.
a very short song.
Is it literally
Short and
just? Is it just the
Yep,
chorus?
basically.
It's just Poland.
No, that's walk.
I took the walk to Poland. I don't know. It's a
Okay,
good
yeah.
song though. I like it.
Yeah, it's not a bad tune.
I love it.
I mean, yeah, we can't come from here, man. Sound a little less obvious.
I took the walk.
Okay, I'm gonna adjust our cameras a bit so we could get the three of us in a shot. But while I'm doing that, Phil, why don't you tell us your way too early awards?
You want me to go through all of them, or do you want me to just start with my MVP?
Oh no, yeah. We'll all do our
Well,
MVP,
yeah,
then
we'll
we'll
do
all
that
do blah blah blah.
I'll start with
blah,
MVP
blah,
though.
blah.
I mean, you guys know.
I know
my vote.
exactly
Josh
who
Allen,
you're
come on.
about.
But it's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
I'm not a biased pick
It's a good
here. It's a
pick.
good pick. I mean, he's a betting favorite as it is now. He was a betting favorite going into the season. Last year, I had him. I think he came He was a runner-up behind Aaron Rodgers. I think. He's a dog. I love that guy. I would do anything for him. If he ever injures himself, I will give him my body parts. I will do anything for Josh Allen.
Whoa.
Like everybody part?
Most body parts. If he needs my eyes, then maybe two. Tre'Davious White on the back end. I offered him my ACL last year. I DM'd him. He didn't respond to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, Alvin Kamara never got back to us.
We tried.
I know. I'm actually pissed.
Yeah, I know.
I'll check right now. Maybe he did.
Yeah.
As we're recording, kind of a little middle finger.
Maybe he's listening right now.
Hey, who knows? I don't think he didn't see my story though. When I was, oh man. Okay, I adjusted the cameras. My face is blocked by this monitor.
My message was nice too.
It was nice.
Nicer than the other
A little bit
messages
of
he's got, I
Toronto slang
assume.
in there too.
For everyone who doesn't know the message, it was.
Okay, well, first, so
Oh, yeah, we should
this
probably tell
whole
him what he did.
controversy with Alvin Kamara. So some kid in the States DMs Kamara and goes, "Good game," N-word.
Yeah.
But he typed it out, and it's just like white guy from wherever in the States.
Missouri or something like that.
And then Kamara comes back at him, and what did he say?
He basically, Kamara went like on like a spy mission here. He found out where this kid went to high school, what high school football team he played on, found out the coach's name, everything. And imagine getting a message like, I mean, I don't know what the kid thought. Like, what good can come from that? And imagine seeing, Alvin Kamara responded, and seeing I have all your personal information. Like, that kid might have just, like, I don't know how you wouldn't just collapse in that moment.
No, and then he's like, oh, I didn't think you'd actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
both parties were at fault, though. Like,
parties?
Alvin Kamara putting on blast for millions of people to see is also a bad look for him, I'd say, too.
Yeah, but he doesn't care. That's Alvin Kamara. He doesn't care.
I know he doesn't care. That's why he has multiple assault allegations.
Oh, yeah, that's true, eh? Oh, Alvin. Kit, who's your... I'm trying to really get myself set up here so that I think I'm good in the camera.
All right.
Kit, who's your MVP pick this year?
My MVP pick is Jalen Hurts, actually.
No way.
Why?
Well, first of all, he torches defenses, especially in the first half. Second half's a little different. He's one of the best dual threat quarterbacks in the league. His scrambling ability, I know he has a really good O-line, but he can still scramble once it gets like punctured and stuff like that. He's a threat in the red zone. He's second in rushing TDs as a QB, like compared to like everyone in the league. So like,
Who's first?
I think it's Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
So the fact that it goes Nick Chubb, probably a top 3 running back this year, if not one.
Yeah.
Hey.
And then it goes Jalen Hurts. I mean, like, that just says so much. He's 7th in passing yards, and he's undefeated. I know, like, he's kind of had an easier season, but, like, wins are wins.
Are you that mad that Josh beat you last week against the Ravens? You can tell me. You can be honest if you want.
No.
Okay. Sam, who you got for MVP?
I got Josh Allen.
Of course.
Yeah. Like,
a
my
pick.
heart, obviously my heart wants to say, like, oh, I think Saquon should be in the conversation, but no, it's going to be Josh Allen. I mean, come on.
How could it not be Josh Allen this year? I mean, unless, knock on wood, anything happens.
Yeah.
Dude, he's killing everyone he's playing against.
But he has such an elite offense, like, so many weapons. Like,
But you can say about about Jalen Hurts as well. He's got A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith,
But
the
Josh
best
Allen's
O-line in the
been
league.
doing this for a while. Jalen Hurts, like, was good in some categories last year, but he also struggled, especially in the playoffs. So, like, I expect these things from a guy like Josh Allen, who's in his, like, fifth year
now, yeah.
Yeah.
This is Jalen Hurts' 3rd year, I think, maybe 4th. And just to see the improvements that the team has put around Jalen Hurts is a lot more impressive than Josh Allen to Diggs, Josh Allen to Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
You know, Singletary.
Josh
And
Allen to Jameis Crowder.
Yeah.
Aren't they talking about getting Christian McCaffrey maybe
Jameson
too?
Crowder?
That was like a rumor, but I don't know if they're actually going to do it. I mean, if one part of the offense that's probably their biggest weakness is running back. But I'm a big fan of Devin Singletary motor, and the guy we drafted out of Georgia, James Cook. Dude, I love Dalvin Cook's brother.
yeah,
I love him.
yeah.
I hope. Well,
He's not
the
bad.
rumor was
Yeah.
that they would need to offer James Cook to get McCaffrey, and I said no, I wouldn't do that. Not with McCaffrey. I mean, McCaffrey's good. Don't get me wrong. But
McCaffrey's
he's
made
too
of glass.
Yeah, dude. In Buffalo, whether he's gonna snap. In the Buffalo freezing cold weather, one tackle, he's done. So
That's
I
true,
wouldn't
yeah.
do it. I like James Cook. I wouldn't trade for McCaffrey now.
No. Did you see that picture that James Cook posted? It was the ad. And then, like, I would pull it up on the Mac here if I had it ready. But it was he posted it on Instagram, and he's wearing this, like, super tight little, like, black V-neck. He's, like, holding the product, like, no smile on his face. And all the teammates are commenting. Stephon Diggs is like, come on, man, smile.
He
Like,
never.
look
Even when he got
happy.
drafted, he's like, "Oh, he doesn't want to go to Buffalo." But that guy just doesn't smile. And that's no problem with me. As long as he's scoring touchdowns, I don't care if he's smiling or not.
I guess so. Who's your coach of the year? You better give the right answer.
I got Brian Dable.
Yeah, okay.
And this might be a little Buffalo bias because I did like him as our offensive coordinator, and I'm happy he moved on though because I didn't want a little bit of a change in Buffalo, but whatever he's bringing to the Giants is working. Like the reason my big pick, dude, you see how happy he was after that London game? He was hyping the crowd up. There's people are gonna see the Eagles coach, and I don't agree with them at all. Brian Dable is my coach of the year.
Yeah.
Shove the effing cheese up your arse.
That's
the clean version.
right? Who's your coach of the year, Kit?
How mad would you guys be if I said Andy Reid?
Oh, why?
What?
That's not who my actual
thank
answer
God.
is. I was just wondering.
Okay.
No, I'm Brian Dable as well.
Okay, yeah.
Like, you kind of have to. With a roster like the Giants, you don't expect them to score points
Okay,
in, like,
alright.
the NFL, CFL, XFL, international leagues.
Okay,
So the fact that they're doing that.
Hey, tone it down. Okay, just tone it down a little bit.
Just saying.
Well, Sam, let me what else will ask you. Who's your coach of the year?
Mike McCarthy?
Oh, yeah.
No. I got Dave Wills.
Yeah.
It's like the Giants, they're right now, they're in, it's been 5 weeks, but when you talk about worst to first, like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not going first, but they're going worst to oh wait, they're good. You know what I mean? So it's Brian Daboll. I'm glad that's a consensus pick. Do you have an executive of the year?
Okay, and as much as I hate the Eagles, I did pick Howie Roseman because the signings they did work. So Hassan Reddick, a cheap free agent signing, extended his sack to 3 games now. Is now up to 4.5 sacks in the season. Rookie first-round pick Jordan Davis was amazing against the run last week. And then James Bradbury just always looks solid. And then obviously the biggest one, A.J. Brown. I mean, they didn't really offer much to the Titans, but they couldn't really because A.J. Brown wanted out.
Yeah.
And of course, the Eagles jumped on it, and it's clearly working for them. So that's why I got him as my pick. How about you, Sam?
For me, like I was gonna have the same pick, but I'm not picking somebody from the Eagles
That's
organization.
Like,
So I got Joe
you're
Douglas.
a hater.
Yeah.
I got what?
You're a hater.
I'm a huge hater. My dad and I, we're in this like fantasy pool where we just like do picks every week, and the Eagles could be playing against Houston, and we're still picking Houston. So I got Joe Douglas. I think he's done a really, really good job in New York. You know, Breece Hall. What's his name? Bryce Hall. That's the TikTok.
Breece.
Yeah, it's Breece Hall. Breece Hall, the running
Breece
back.
Hall was a steal. They have a really
Yeah.
good 1-2 punch in the backfield with him and Michael Carter.
Yep.
And then you got veterans in Zerline, Conklin, and Uzama. I think, you know,
Who do you think could rush more yards if you give Bryce Hall 10 years to train or Breece Hall 3 years with all of his experience?
I'll stay with Breece.
yeah, I'm gonna stick with Breece as well.
Bryce Hall could stiff arm all of us probably.
I think TikTok makes him look bigger.
Oh, also the roid rage, allegedly.
Yeah.
But yeah, my executive of the year is also Howie Roseman for the Eagles. He improved the O-line incredibly.
Even more than it already was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh.
And they got Jordan Davis from Georgia as their first round pick. That's huge. And A.J. Brown, solid addition.
Remember the combine that Davis had?
That guy runs fast,
It was
man.
crazy.
Big boy can run.
Oh, was he one of the fast? Oh no, I do remember now. Yes,
He's
yes.
like 340 pounds.
Yeah.
6 something tall.
They've had the best O-line for like a while now. Like I think it's been the last 5 years where everyone's
all-
been like the Eagles.
yeah.
They know how to draft their linemen.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Who's your Phil? Who's your offensive player of the year?
This was a hard one. I was kind of debating a little bit, but I went with Cooper Kupp. Only because without LA, like they are absolutely nothing on offense. They have nothing going. Without Cooper Kupp, they are not moving the ball at all. He makes Stafford, who's terrible this year, look good. So that's why Cooper Kupp's my player. How about you?
I got Kit's boy Lamar.
That's fair.
It's ridiculous what he's been doing this
Oh, yeah.
season. I mean, it sucks he's going to be shut out this weekend against the Giants, but no, he's had a great season. What, 14 touchdowns across 5 weeks? Like my fantasy, he's carrying my fantasy team. So I got Lamar. Kit.
I could go Lamar as well, like you said. I'm just going to say Justin Jefferson. I want to put his name in that hat. He's like the sole leader of yards, I think, per game. He has like 547 yards this year through 5. He had like 2 bad weeks, but he bounces back. And that's kind of like how Minnesota plays anyways. They're very scrappy. They kind of claw and jab at you. They'll keep the other team in it or they'll take forever to start. So I want to put Jefferson. He's a baller, you know.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Well, flipping the script on UK, who do you got for defensive player of the year?
I have Max Crosby.
Oh,
Wow, that's a sleeper.
That
pick.
sounds crazy, kind of, because Parsons is unreal, but like Max Crosby creates a bunch of pressure. He's tied for first he's in first with sacks, I believe, this year. He tied. But he's the league leader with stuffs as well. He has 11, and the closest one after him is like 7 or 6.
A lot of quarterbacks say he is one of the hardest ends to go against in the league. He very is underrated on the Raiders
It just
defense.
sucks because the Raiders lose games, so you don't really
Yeah.
acknowledge a guy like that on your team. But like without him, the Raiders would be losing by like 40, 50 points probably.
That's fair.
So-
Who do you have?
I got Micah Parsons. I mean, he's just given the award already. Like
Yeah.
to me, it's not close. I think he might as well change the award name to Micah Parsons for the next 10 years. Just give him the award.
10 years.
He is insane. I think he's gonna have the longevity. I think he's insane. No one can stop him. I mean,
Yeah, but it's for this year. We're not thinking about like how
he's
gonna be-
this
Who's your
year.
defensive player of the year in 8 years?
Yeah,
Micah Parsons.
like the 10-year defensive player award.
I got Micah
That's not a
Parsons. Dude, the
thing.
guy's insane. I love Micah Parsons, and I'm not even a big Cowboys guy, but Micah Parsons is wow. He wows me.
I got him too.
Blazing.
I got him too. There was that game, the game against the Giants. He was like, I think he was sick. Like he didn't practice all week because of an illness.
Flu game.
And then flu. And then he came in. And he still dominated.
Yeah.
They were still double teaming him. Andrew Thomas didn't let any sacks though. Andrew Thomas, highest graded offensive player.
The Cowboys defense is good in all areas though. So like he's going to stand out no matter what as
Yeah.
the best player on that team. Like,
Yeah.
if you have a guy who's on a struggling defense, but he's still able to put up sack numbers, stuff numbers, like that kind of speaks more volume than a team where like you have to be worried on all sides of the field.
I mean, think about the Raiders, though. They do got Khalil Mack on the other side, though, so you got to watch both ends. I'm not trying to take away
Raiders?
from your
No,
point.
I know what you mean.
Or Chargers, sorry.
Yeah.
Who the Raiders? Chandler Jones is what I meant to say. He signed with the Raiders.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Yeah. He's been quiet this year, too.
Yeah.
Extremely quiet.
Yeah.
That's why I forgot his name.
Raiders just suck. That division just sucks. Most overhyped division.
It is.
Going into
That
the
was,
West?
that was insane. It was insanely
None of those
overhyped.
teams scare me
So,
at all,
yeah.
except for Kansas. And
There was a time when they were the best division.
Yeah.
Like minus the Broncos, like. But there was a time when that was like what 2-3 years ago.
They were the division.
2 years ago. Now it's the NFC East.
I know, the NFC
Where did
Beast.
that
NFC
come from?
NFC Beast.
NFC Beast. It used to be the NFC Least, not the NFC Beast.
Exactly. 0 to hero.
Phil, who's your offensive rookie of the year?
This was another hard one for me, but I gave the edge to Chris Olave. He's becoming a top dog in that Saints wide receiver core. He's averaging 15.6 yards a catch, had a touchdown in 2 or 3 games, and I think he's only going to get better. Who'd you pick?
I have Dameon Pierce.
Fair.
Mind you, I haven't paid close attention to the Chris Olave because Pierce is on my fantasy team, so I'm seeing what he's doing every week. But every week he had like a 75-yard touchdown run like 2 weeks ago, I think. So I don't know. I got to give it to him. He had a bit of a slow start, but everybody knew he was going to pick it up. So that's who I got. I think if he keeps rolling like this, like he's the reason that people are talking about the Texans.
yeah, I agree.
You know,
Dameon
okay, what about you, Pierce?
Dameon
Yeah.
Pierce for sure. He has 3 touchdowns. He leads the league for rookies in rushing yards with 412. He's on Houston as well, so the fact that he's able to produce some of these numbers is a little insane. He's great at breaking tackles,
Yeah.
and his production is going to increase more. I mean, even like he had to battle for that spot. Like a lot of these other rookies kind of got on. Like Olave, like pretty much we all knew he was going to like start and get a lot of touches, but Rex Burkhead was like the RB1 for like the longest
Oh,
time.
I forgot about
Or
that.
for like the first week and a half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you kind of love to see that.
I mean, flipping the script, though, who do you got for defensive rookie of the year, Kit?
this guy's
Don't say Kyle Hamilton.
No, I know.
Okay,
God,
good.
no,
I was expecting
never.
it. I'm not going to lie.
This guy's not the front runner, but I think like I'm projecting it. I have Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh, really?
Mr. Lions.
He struggled in like week 4, I think, or may have been week 3. But when they played against the Seahawks, he had like 5 tackles. So like that's something to look forward to. He has the single game rookie record for most sacks for the Lions.
How many?
I believe it's 3 in one game, which is pretty good. And I think
Pretty high.
once like Swift comes back, like once the offense starts producing more, like that's going to enable the defense to want to play harder.
Yeah.
So if the Lions start winning games, the defense is going to play harder. Also, I watched Hard Knocks, and Aiden Hutchinson's parents are just cool people. I can imagine. Like they seem like the parents, like when you come over, like they have like a Capri Sun waiting for you, sort of thing. And I don't know, he's just a nice kid. Played for Detroit, went to Michigan, got a
Michigan his whole
Michigan
life.
boy, yeah.
Yeah.
I want the Lions to be good so bad. My dad always said that if he had a second favorite team, it'd be the Lions.
Yeah.
I want the Lions to be good.
They have an offense, they just have no defense. That's their issue. They have nothing.
Well, what's his name? Jeff Okuda. Hasn't he been decent this year?
Decent, but I mean, how much is one guy really going to do for its whole team?
Yeah, that's true.
And they're one of the worst defensive teams.
They're
this year,
ranked worst.
Yeah.
They are 32nd in the league.
which sucks. I think they'll be good in like 3 years, though.
Maybe,
I
but I,
hope
don't
so.
know. Now they just don't look good.
Who's your?
I gave it to Devin Lloyd. He's
Oh,
given
yeah.
he's given the Jags D an identity, dude. He's got that Micah Parsons flair, but he's just not there yet. He's gonna keep working, but as of now, he's their staple in that defense. So that's why I'm giving my rookie of the year.
Yeah, I
about
got
you?
Sauce.
Yeah,
I like Sauce. Yeah,
Sauce Gardner,
finally got his first pick. Was it last week?
the monkey off his back. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, I think he's gonna be like, I think he's gonna be a Ramsey type player. I think he's gonna be good for a long time.
If Sauce Gardner was to be like an actual sauce you'd put on food, what type of sauce would he be?
Ooh, that's a good question. I go Frank's Red Hot. It's a good classic.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. You think he's at that level already, though?
I think he will be at that level. If I'd say right now, maybe a Sriracha, maybe a Tabasco. He's got that little heat, but nothing that will stick with you yet. But Frank's Red Hot, it's my favorite, probably hot sauce. I'm not a big hot sauce guy regardless,
Yeah.
but
you probably think ketchup spicy.
a little bit.
I don't think he's a spicy sauce. I think he's more like something like slick, you know?
Oh, that's fair.
I don't know. He might be something that spreads easily.
Yeah.
Like a Diana sauce. Man.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
You know, I
Really?
think a Diana sauce.
I think he's got that flair to give him that little spice. That's why I went with my spicy sauces.
Fair enough.
But when he finishes career, he'll be like ranch. You can put him on everything.
That's true.
Oh, there you
everything.
go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Versatile.
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's your comeback player of the year?
You'll like my pick. I picked Saquon.
Yeah.
I think the Bills should have offered him offered the Giants a third rounder when that's what they were asking for, and they didn't.
Yeah.
And well, now it's coming to bite us.
Yeah.
So I mean, Saquon, but he's like everyone kind of wrote him off last year, or even coming into this year saying, "Oh, the injuries are injuries." He's unstoppable right now,
Sorry,
dude.
they wrote who off?
Not Geno Smith.
My comeback player ain't right back. Geno Smith, I actually legitimately think he deserves it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to put standards for Saquon as a second overall pick, but I'm going to put standards for him. Yeah. I always expected him to be this type of player. I understand the injuries, the setbacks, but when he come back, I never thought there'd be like a huge struggle or anything. Obviously, it's unfortunate the way his career kind of went for his first 2 or 3 years, but now he's back in the field, tearing it up. What I'm seeing him do is nothing new than what I saw him do in college. So he's having a great year, but there's just something with Geno Smith, good fairy tale, and Geno Smith's balling. So
Yeah. My pick is Saquon. I understand this. I thought the Seahawks were going to be so garbage this year.
Yeah.
But Smith has kind of given them a little bit of hope. I still have Saquon because I understand he's supposed to be this kind of player, but for a running back, having a pretty severe high ankle sprain, tearing your ACL,
yeah,
his ankle injury last year against the Cowboys, all that stuff that affects your lower body as a running back, according to science, you shouldn't come back and be as good as he's been right now.
All 3 of those injuries could be career-ending.
Absolutely.
And he's just that much of a dog that he didn't say, I don't care, I'm going to work through
it's
this.
those thighs.
Yeah.
Like I could strangle me. Not even kidding.
Before we go to a quick song break, who's your Super Bowl matchup, Phil?
You're not going to like my answer.
That's
My
okay.
Super Bowl matchup is the Bills versus the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. Not a single team in the NFC scares me. If I had to pick one, I'm going to pick Tom Brady getting out of the NFC. So I got Bills versus Bucks.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. Kit, what about you?
So Bills, definitely.
Yeah.
But also I feel like everyone says Bills, so I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't make it.
Thanks.
This might sound crazy, but I would not be surprised if I saw the Vikings in the Super Bowl this year.
Really?
Kirk Cousins cannot play on a Monday night at 8 o'clock. You think he's going to win 4 playoff games and then the Super Bowl?
Kirk Cousins also doesn't swear. He always says damn or dang.
Is he a Mormon?
I don't know.
looks
Is he
like-
from Utah?
Maybe.
Could be.
We can ask him.
I got the Bills, obviously.
Thank you.
And my NFC, the NFC is wide open.
I agree.
So my pick, it might surprise you guys a little bit, but I got the Niners.
That's a good
I got
pick.
the Niners.
The reason I didn't go with the Niners is because I think they're too injured. They're not going to be able to last. But their offense is scary.
And their defense is so good.
Oh, yeah.
Their defense is ridiculous.
Nick Bosa's a dog.
Nick Bosa, Fred Warner,
Oh, my God.
Chavarius
Wait for
Ward.
Elijah Mitchell to come back
Oh,
on the
I know.
offense.
Well, hopefully he does that.
Running back.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he should be coming back any week, either next week or the week after.
I hope so.
And I have him on fantasy. He's been on my IR for the entire year, so I just can't wait for him to come back, hopefully shove. But Jimmy G also sucks.
Yeah, but he's got the pieces around him that might make it work.
Does he, though? Brandon Ayuk isn't even doing much this year. He's not utilized at all, really.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. Kit, why don't you send us to a music break? Then we come back. We don't have time for our all-pro team, so we're going to do our all-blow team.
Lovely.
Everybody's disappointed us this year. And then we're off the air in 5 minutes, so let's get a quick song. What song? What do you...
We're going to do SG. It's called
How
Backstage
doers
Passes
get
featuring
more done.
Jack Harlow.
Okay, cool. How long is it?
It's like a 2-minute song.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. We're going to have to go pretty quick with our all-blow team.
Yeah, we'll go run right through it.
All right, back after this quick song.
ESTG and Jack Harlow? Oh no, you guys just stay right there.
We're not going to do our all-pro and all-blow. We're going to do that next week. Got 2 minutes left, so we're going to go through our picks for tonight's game, and then we're going to take one game this weekend, and we're going to say what we think the outcome is going to
Yeah.
be. So, Phil, we're going to start with you. What do you think happens between... Oh, we're going to start with Kit?
Go
Yeah,
first.
we start with
Okay.
me.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
over to my gambling corner.
All right, Kit, tell us.
So for Thursday night football, I'm taking Bears money line. I think Justin Fields is like a prove it game for him, and the Commanders' offense isn't very good. With that being said, I'm still going to take the over on 37.5 because I think the running game that the Bears have is going to enable and force the Commanders to come out and, hopefully there's points on the board.
And what about this weekend?
A pick I really like is, honestly, Patriots covering plus 2.5 against the Browns. I think the Patriots have, for the next 5 weeks, they have some really easy matchups. So if they want to be playoff contending or Super Bowl contending, then they got to show out.
All right.
Sam, who you got for the night?
Tonight, I got the Bears. I think Justin Fields due. I feel bad for the guy, so I'm going. I'm not picking a team in the NFC East.
Yeah.
After this weekend, I think Jets are covering the spread against Green Bay.
I agree.
6.5. I think Jets might even win that game.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, man. What about you, Phil?
For tonight, I'm gonna agree with you guys. I got the Bears. I mean, Ron Rivera doesn't believe in his own quarterback. So
Yeah.
I'm taking Justin Fields. And for tonight, I'm going to take the Sunday night game, Eagles versus Cowboys. I got Cowboys covering.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I think it's going to be a one-score game regardless. Dallas' defense is too good for them to get blown out. And Cooper Rush is doing enough for them to keep it close.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, well, this has been the pilot episode of 4th and Inches with Sam, Kit, and Phil. Phil or Lip? Which one do you go?
I go either or.
Well,
Versatile.
Phil-Lip.
There you go.
And I guess, Kit, do you know how to turn that program back on to get us signed out here? Look at that guy's hat. Look how it's
really cool.
It reminds me of Ray J.
I didn't even realize there's so many people behind me right now.
Oh, yeah. People are looking at us and stuff. Oh, my God. We're 2 minutes over. So you go,
All right, guys.
Make sure it's on auto mode. And then go, first you got to pick a song, though. All right. And then you go, there we go.